The Peps?
On 47.
On 47th or what?
Right off of Vincent, somewhere in that area, yeah.
Have you been stepping for a long time? You love dancing? No matter where you go, you're going to step.
The Lindy Hop was first. Then came the Jitterbug. Then the Bop. And now we have Stepping.
That's great. Okay, stay right there. Hey, Royce, come on in, Royce. Royce is a master stepper. Go ahead, Royce.
Hello, everyone. I hope that Ken had mentioned earlier about the growth in stepping in Chicago, but if you go on a national level, it's growing like crazy as well. So now, instead of going and dealing with the youth of the nation, we can find our own in our own age bracket. They're dancing in New York, Seattle, Los Angeles, New Orleans. It is growing incrementally all over the nation, and everyone is standardized off this thing called the 8 count. There's been a battle between the 6 and the 8 count and the bop, and what's become uniformed has been the 8 count. So the point that I'm trying to make is the 8 count is more of a standard, so you can, when you're doing your traveling, you can get fit right in with any culture, any city, and you can do your thing and step with anyone.
There's always been that question that the new schoolers, and we call new schoolers, those are the ones, the younger people that are doing the dance, they actually go by a 6 count. But the basic, I made a tape many years ago. It's called Let's Get to Steppin'. I think that was the first nationally distributed instructional steppers tape, and we had the music of Shot Sound Records, which was Carl Davis, and we had the Dales were on that. Who else was on the record? We had all these different Chicago, Gene Chandler, all these different Chicago pairs. A record called I Choose You. Hey, you have the record I Choose You? You have the record I Choose You, Luther? Okay, find that one record. Pierce is a Chicago artist. He made a classic record called I Choose You. Another guy from Detroit who sounds like Marvin Gaye, his name is Jeffrey, and he made a classic called Love's Gonna Last. These are basic stepper records that have become classics because you can do the dance. Now getting back to the 8 count, 6 count, what that is that I think if you can demonstrate it real slow, what the new schoolers are skipping those 2 beats, they're doing a pivot, and that pivot counts as a turn. Right. And so they think it's 6, but I think it's 8. Is that right?
Well, it's always been 8, but the people who do the 6 don't acknowledge the steps. So they do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Then a gentleman by the name of LC, the 8 count was always around because other people said it's an 8. LC came and created a diagram that and really focused on the 8 count, and it included, the 8 count was good because that's where women started to really come into the fold because they had more time to do their turns and to walk into the turns. So the 8 count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 instead of the 1, 2 part. But if you look at them, they're pretty similar. It's just how they make the count. That's it. That's it.
So can you demonstrate that? Let Royce go out on the floor by itself and demonstrate that. Okay. Now what he was talking about, this 8 count and 6 count, is it's a very basic count. So if you were not to move any faster, just show him the 8 count. And you start.
8 count starts with, depending on the male or the female.
Depending on the male or female. The male always starts on his right foot. The female always starts on her left foot. Hold on, let me say that again. In dancing, the male always starts with his right foot. The male always starts with his right foot. On the female side, ladies, you must always start on your left foot. And the reason that is because, here, let me show you, that our knees won't connect. So I'm on this foot, and you're on this leg. And so when my leg is up, let's just leave this leg down once. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3.
Then your right foot should forward.
Then your right foot goes forward. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that 7, 8 gets you back to your starting position. So it's, now the way we did it on my instructional tape, we did 1, 2. Everybody's looking good. You're doing that basic. Now, this is very important at this point.